Some Marvel teams are so underrated that they could completely change the MCU if they ever reached the big screen. Not because they are more famous than the Avengers, but because they bring ideas Marvel has barely touched yet. Cosmic pirates, secret horror missions, failed heroes, multiverse refugees, and kids trapped in an alien war. If you're into comics and nerd content like this, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Power Pack turns Alex, Julie, Jack, and Katie Power into the kind of heroes the MCU has almost never used. Actual kids thrown into a cosmic war way too early, fighting for survival. After the Chimelian Alefire Whitey, Whitemane discovers that their father's matter-antimatter experiment could destroy Earth, the Snarks attack, kidnap the parents, and leave the children with powers over gravity, speed, energy, and density. That makes them perfect for a movie that feels smaller, warmer, and still huge in scale. It could mix family adventure, alien danger, and superhero wonder without copying the Avengers formula. Their bond with Franklin Richards and the Fantastic Four also gives Marvel an easy bridge to the future, while the Snarks and the Smart Ship Friday give the story a visual identity that would feel fresh inside the MCU. Great Lakes Avengers are the perfect team for a movie about heroes who look like a joke, but still keep showing up when the world needs them. Mr. Immortal can recover from fatal injuries. Flatman is almost two-dimensional. Big Bertha funds the group with her modeling career, and Dorman uses his own body as a dark force portal. They are strange, local, and completely outside the Avengers' spotlight from the start. That is exactly why they would feel fresh in the MCU. Instead of another elite team saving reality, the film could follow people trying to prove that heroism matters even when nobody takes them seriously. Hawkeye could connect them to the Avengers brand. But the real story would be about the second-string heroes of the Midwest turning failure, embarrassment, and weird powers into something surprisingly sincere. Strikeforce brings together Blade, Monica Rambeau, Wiccan, Spider-Woman, Winter Soldier, Angela, and Hellstrom in a covert war that feels darker than a normal Avengers mission. Blade forms the team after recognizing the Vride, plant-based shapeshifters whose very existence is dangerous knowledge. Because that truth could spread like poison, he keeps it away from the Avengers and recruits heroes used to darkness. That gives the MCU a horror spy thriller where nobody can fully trust what they see. The team could mix monster hunting, magic, Asgardian violence, espionage, and superhero power in one mission that feels forbidden from the start. Monica Rambeau would add raw force and strategy, while Blade's secrecy creates tension, making Strikeforce a sharper, less obvious alternative to a Midnight Suns movie inside the MCU. Nextwave is basically the MCU's chance to go completely chaotic without breaking its universe. Monica Rambeau, Elsa Bloodstone, Machine Man, Tabitha Smith, and the Captain are recruited by HATE, only to discover the agency is funded by the Beyond Corporation, which is tied to their own enemies. So they steal the Shockwave Rider and start hunting bizarre superweapons across America with zero permission. That setup could become one of Marvel's strangest action comedies. The team fights unusual weapons of mass destruction, basically bizarre superweapons, including threats like Fin Fang Foom and a giant metal-eating samurai robot. It would let the MCU make fun of secret agencies, monster attacks, and superhero cliches, while still giving Monica and Elsa a loud, stylish, and unforgettable team movie on a theater scale for once. Annihilators would let the MCU build a cosmic team that feels bigger than the Guardians, not funnier than them. After the Cancerverse crisis and the loss of Star-Lord and Nova, Cosmo gathers Quasar, Beta Ray Bill, Silver Surfer, Ronin, and Gladiator to protect a universe left without its greatest defenses. That alone makes them feel like the emergency button Marvel only presses when everything else has failed. The movie could treat them like the Avengers of deep space, with Nowhere as a base and threats like Blastar, the Negative Zone, the Universal Church of Truth, or Magus pushing the story beyond Earth. Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer would give the film instant fan appeal, while Ronin and Gladiator bring empire politics. Their whole point is overwhelming power used only when the universe is truly breaking hard. Starjammers would be the perfect way to make the X-Men side of the MCU feel cosmic, without starting with another Earth-based mutant conflict. Their story begins with Christopher Summers, father of Scott Summers and Alex Summers, losing his family after a Shi'ar attack. Captured, enslaved, and broken by Emperor Deken, he escapes the slave pits of Alcibar with Hepzibah, Chad, Raza, and Kree becoming Corsair. That origin already has everything a movie needs: tragedy, revenge, found family, and a pirate rebellion against an alien empire. The Shi'ar could be introduced through adventure instead of exposition, while Cyclops discovering that his father is alive would give the film emotional weight. Unlike Guardians of the Galaxy, the humor could come from the crew, but the heart would come from a family torn apart by space politics. Exiles would be one of the smartest teams for the MCU after Secret Wars, because they are built around broken realities instead of just visiting them. Blink, Nocturne, Morph, Thunderbird, Mimic, and Magnus are pulled from alternate Earths where their lives have gone wrong. The Time Broker gives them the Talus, a device that sends them through realities to repair damage across the entire time stream before it collapses. That gives Marvel a way to use the multiverse without making every story feel like a cameo parade. Each mission could show a world where one familiar hero made the wrong choice, died too early, or became something terrifying. The team is perfect for drama because members can die, be replaced, or return to changed lives. In a post-Secret Wars MCU, they could clean up the multiverse's deepest scars left behind. Squadron Supreme could give the MCU a superhero film where the danger is not weakness, but too much power in the wrong hands. Coming from Earth S, a parallel reality, Hyperion, Nighthawk, Power Princess, Dr. Spectrum, and their allies look like the kind of team that should save the world. But their classic 1985 story turns that idea into something darker, as they try to force Earth into a perfect future. That makes them perfect after Secret Wars, when the MCU could question what happens if heroes stop asking permission. The Utopia principle is not just a villain plot, it is a moral disaster built from good intentions. Nighthawk and the Redeemers fighting back would give the movie real ideological conflict, making it less about punching a villain and more about deciding who gets to control humanity's freedom. Alpha Flight would let the MCU show that superhuman politics are not just an American problem. Born from Department H, Canada's secret program for monitoring and training superhumans, the team begins around James MacDonald Hudson, his stolen exoskeleton, and the government's attempt to build a national defense force after the Fantastic Four change the world forever in public and inspire every nation to react. That gives the movie a strong thriller angle before the powers even explode on screen. Wolverine's history with Department H could connect the team to the X-Men, while Guardian, Vindicator, Shaman, Snowbird, Sasquatch, and Puck give it technology, mythology, monsters, and weird national identity. A Wendigo mission would be the perfect first case, brutal, cold, and different from any Avengers battle ever. Agents of Atlas might be the easiest team to make feel fresh in the MCU, because it already has pieces audiences know. Jimmy Woo, Shang-Chi, Brawn, Arrow, Wave, Luna Snow, Silk, and White Fox turn the concept into a global team built around espionage, martial arts, science, and sorcery. Instead of another public Avengers squad, they could operate from the shadows of the Atlas Foundation and strike quietly, too. That foundation gives the film a rare identity: ancient power, secret history, and modern heroes protecting the Pacific Rim. The older roster, with Gorilla Man, Human Robot, Marvel Boy, Namora, and Venus, could appear as forgotten legends from the 50s. Meanwhile, Cinder, Queen of Cinders, and the forces of Muspelheim would connect the team to Asgardian mythology without repeating Thor's usual formula again. That wraps up our look at 10 underrated Marvel teams that could bring something new to the MCU, from cosmic adventures to darker secret missions. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment which team deserves a movie first, and subscribe for more comic book stories and superhero history next time.